This fall semester, UNLV had the largest incoming freshman class in Nevada history, according to President Smatry. With over 1,100 freshmen rolling onto campus, the dorms are at full capacity. Most intersections in Las Vegas are weight detected, and stopping at red lights can be an inconvenience for motorists. But a new law that was passed this month may be changing that. The kennels in an animal shelter can sometimes represent prison cells with metal beams and thick glass. But the kennels in an animal shelter are far more humane and conducive for animals who are looking to be adopted than those held in puppy mills. At the High Rollers Barbershop and Shaving Parlor, clients are lined up outside the shop before it even opens. Inside, Martin and his crew are constantly busy snipping hair, but the wait isn't that long. Once seated, you know you're in the best place to get a rockabilly pompadour and comb over in Las Vegas. It's called Crocodile, a mixture of coating and toxic chemicals such as gasoline. Be aware the images you're about to see are graphic. Yesterday, UNLV's Lindsay Institution hosted an open forum where Paul Umbach, founder and president of the Trip Umbach, presented his economic impact report of how a 4-year allopathic medical school could benefit the city and state.
I'm very passionate about medical education and about economic development. I feel that after evaluating UNLV, they seem to have all the pieces in place to be able to support a medical school.
Umbach's report shows a UNLV medical school could have an economic impact of $1.2 million by 2030. But for this to happen, UNLV would have to partner with the University of Nevada's medical school from 2014 to 2019. After 6 years under UNR's leadership, UNLV hopes to have control of their own medical school by 2020. Members of the crowd voiced their concerns. CEO of the Fulfillment Fund, Lindy Schumacher, wasn't afraid to express her hesitation in partnering with UNR.
We hit the toughest economy, we hit the bottom of the bottom, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that we weren't allowed to do what was best for our community. And 30 years of seeing that, and today was just the culmination of that. We have to ask permission from the north to have a med school in the south. Why?
Umbach's report also showed statistics of how much establishing a school will cost.
The money is going to come from a variety of sources. It will come from the private sector, it will come from the state, it will come from the federal government, it will come from research grants. There's a big group of people that are going to have to be involved to fund and support a medical school, including private individuals that want to see better health care in the valley.
But Schumacher is optimistic about all of these projections. The information looks promising on paper, but the question remains if this will produce what Umbach and Nevada intends.
Most of the people who come here, they come here out of necessity, not choice. And you find that that's the kind of medicine that we've created. We don't attract the best and brightest. And I think that that's a very large problem. And partnering with UNR, do I think we're going to attract the best and brightest? That's to be seen.
According to Umbach, by establishing a 4-year allopathic medical school in Las Vegas, the healthcare needs in Southern Nevada will be met. And now that the letter of intent was signed between UNR and UNLV this month, the next step is to get the community completely on board. Will that happen as planned? Only time will tell. Reporting from UMC for Studio G, I'm Alaina Leadbeter. Last month, the FCC released a report about how cell phones may now be allowed to be used on planes. So we came to McCarran Airport to see what passengers think about that.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely I can.
I disagree.
No, I think we're going to have to wait and see.
More than 20 years ago, the FCC prohibited the use of cell phones on planes to protect against radio interference to cell phone networks on the ground. Due to increases in technology, next week the age-old rule will be changed. Washington, D.C. chairman on the FCC proposal, Tom Wheeler, made a statement saying, quote, "If the commission adopts this proposal after the public has had the opportunity to comment, it will be only a technical advisory, an update to our rules. There is nothing in the proposal that prohibits airlines from developing whatever in-flight phone usage policy they may wish." To allow passengers to use their cellular devices, airlines would have to install an airborne access system that would provide the wireless connection for the passengers. But according to those we spoke to at McCarran, they have mixed opinions.
If you're going to have the guy next to you yapping on a phone for 2 hours, I don't think that's going to make the flight enjoyable.
With today's technology, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to to block out whatever's necessary to make sure it doesn't interfere with the plane's communications.
I don't need to be listening to somebody else's conversation. I would think their conversation should be private.
I think it'll be fine if people are using it to surf or to play games, but if they're having a loud, obnoxious conversation, I'm not going to want to listen to it for 4 hours while I fly across the country.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Alaina Leadbeter. In 2012, there were 35 motorcycle fatalities. This year, 37 so far. Those riders who have passed away may be gone, but the memories they left behind are what their family and friends hold on to.
I never realized how bad it hurts when somebody you know just up and vanishes.
Andrew Lundvall met his friend David Doss when he began riding street bikes, but Lundvall lost Doss to a motorcycle accident last year.
After I got my street bike and he had his, we went out rides and stuff like that. And, then he came, a lot closer to me. And he's just always had a smile on his face, which is the thing I miss the most. So
21-year-old Doss went down on his bike last year in Henderson when a Ford F-150 truck collided into Doss's bike. Street bikes have become more popular in Las Vegas, especially for the young adult crowd. Nevada Highway Patrol Trooper Loy Hickson believes riders need to be more educated about their bikes and how to ride them before hitting the roads at such high speeds.
It's your life that you're putting at risk. You don't have the same safety features as you would in a car, such as a seatbelt, airbags, the protection of the car around you. When a motorcyclist does go down, not only are they having to worry about the impact on the pavement, but other vehicles that are around them. We ride because we enjoy to ride. Make that last as long as possible, because if you do get into an accident, something tragic happens, you may lose your life, but ultimately, it may change your capability to be an operator motorcycle, and you don't want to cut it short for a quick couple of seconds of an adrenaline rush.
For Lundvall, with all the motorcycle fatalities happening around the valley, he decided to retire riding his street bike, but he said he will always hold on to the memories he made while riding with Doss.
it was time to sell it, and I just was tired of seeing people go down, and it could have been my life next.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Alaina Leadbeter.